Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your Stockwatch list for July 12th, Wednesday. Well, we had some news after the bell on OCUL. The FDA determined it can't approve new drug application for Dextenza. And you see the damage being done to OCUL, biotech stock after hours. And that one's taken a hit on the FDA not approving their drug Dextenza. So biotech's dangerous area, so be careful when playing these and holding them, especially overnight on these biotechs. Let's take a look at the SPY. And so we were down and the dip buyers came in again, and we are holding this 240 50 level, 240 level on the SPY, but we are unable so far to break above the 20 SMA on the daily for the SPY. So that's your action. We are just in this range here, you know, underneath the 20 SMA on the SPY, and you know, holding this 240 area for it. Volume was a little bit better today, 50 million shares on the SPY, but still, you know, summer doldrums out there, and so be cautious. Let's see, QQQ, let's check the Qs out. So we had this bounce off this 136 spot, right? The bears were driving it down, and then the dip buyers came in, and we held it here, right, 136. So the machines came in and protected 136 again. And now we've bounced up to the 50 SMA, which is the yellow line here. And we'll see what they want to do with this, but we're up, you know, a few days in a row on the Qs. But, you know, 50 SMA now is the challenge on the Qs. So take a look at some stocks that make up the Qs real fast. You know, Apple back over the 100 SMA, Amazon, you know, hanging at over the 20 SMA on Amazon, Google. You know, just below the 20 SMA on Google, PCLN Priceline up at new highs on Priceline, and let's see, Tesla. This one coming up off the 100 SMA. Facebook pushing up near highs again at that 156 level. Held this 148. So that's pushing up, and let's see, Netflix coming up to the 50 SMA. Did we do Tesla? Yeah, Tesla bouncing off the 100 SMA, coming up to the 5 EMA on Tesla. All right, so that's some of the big names. Oh, and SQ was up big today on SQ. So, you know, this had a nice push up, and so SQ on a roll. Let's go ahead and get you some news that came out after the bell. Now bring up the 5-minute chart in a second. Alright, so keep your eye on this 5-minute chart. CLNT had news after the bell, and Cleantech Solutions International launches global bike sharing app service in Hong Kong. And as you can see, stock pushing up on that news in after hours. STON, Stonemore Partners, issues update on sales, team development. AIR had earnings after the bell. AIR, not doing much, popped, pulled back. And this is a 5-minute pre and post market chart you're looking at right there. Let me make this a little bit smaller for you. Okay, now you can see the whole chart. Sorry about that. Next one up is ARNA, filed Form S3. Twitter says that Ned Siegel will become the social network chief financial officer. SNDX had news after the bell. Let's see if there was anything else. Coach completes acquisition of Kate Spade and Company for Coach. And let's see, UAL June 2017 consolidation traffic, that came out. We did have the API numbers after the bell today, and oil did move up on the API numbers, and a nice pop for oil. And I do have some oil stocks on watch for tomorrow. COHU announces strong preliminary second quarterly 2017 results. Net sales 8% above guidance. So that's COHU. And a nice pop in COHU semiconductor name. Here's the information on the API right here. All right, so let's see. There was a draw of was that 8 million barrels on crude. All right, so it was a draw on crude on the API numbers, and that's why the USO was up and after hours. Just checking UNG, USO. Yeah, that's why the big pop. So there was the API numbers. This was the FDA rejects OCUL, and NAK had news after the bell. And let's see, Northern Dynasty EPA initiates process to withdraw its proposed determination. So NAK, that one was up and after hours on NAK. Some insider purchases after hours. AKBA directed purchased, what's that, million shares at $14.50. SIGM, 10% owner, Soros purchased over 44,561. SIGM and AKBA. Nice pop in AKBA after hours. MERC, 10% owner, Kellogg purchased over 41,000 shares, $11.15 per share. MERC. And didn't do much in after hours, but syndicate news, ALDR, commencement of public offering, common stock. ARNA announced proposed public offering, proposed KIN proposed public offering, PKD mixed security shelf offering, TPVG prices public offering, 65 million. Let's see what else. And then we talked about this. We showed you the chart. OCUL down after hours. KBIO receives orphan drug designation. Sorry about that. And I won't even begin to pronounce this. To treat Chagas disease. Hope I'm saying that right. And IDSY, ID Systems to acquire Keytroller, strengthening its position in industrial truck management market and overall growth outlook. So there's some news after the bell and insider purchases after the bell. So let's get this out of the way. And let's also bring over the calendar, because this is very important for tomorrow. So tomorrow is Wednesday the 12th. And some of your earnings for tomorrow, before the bell, ATD, OZRK, that's a bank, FAST, and MSM. So those are before the bell. Then let's see, tonight for Tuesday, you have Japan Producer Price Index, and that's at 10 minutes to 8 Eastern Time. Tomorrow, we have the MBA mortgage applications. We do have Janet Yellen tomorrow, so this 10 o'clock is going to be very important, and I guess her speech will be released at 8:30, but 10 o'clock is when she'll go through the question answer. I believe this is with the Congress. Don't quote me on that, maybe with the Senate. Anyway, but big day tomorrow. Janet Yellen will be speaking. 10:30, we have oil numbers coming out. And then 2 o'clock, we have the Beige Book, the Fed's Beige Book, and basically that's an assessment of the economy. and 2:15 you have Fed Speak Esther George speaking. Tomorrow night China trade balance will be out at 10 p.m. So and that's the economic information for tomorrow. But just note that Janet Yellen, big day for her tomorrow. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll get into the stocks to watch list for tomorrow. And I gave you a nice mixture, I think, for tonight. We'll start with this AAWW. This thing is popping, and I'm noticing stocks with momentum and big volume coming in have been making nice continuation moves. Now, this is a little bit late. I mean, I would like a pullback on the name, but a big pop in this one. So you can keep your eye on that one for tomorrow for, pullback or the remainder of the week. Maybe we might get a pullback to, the $57 area on that name. AKS steel names, holding this 400 SMA on AKS, starting to turn back up. And I'm already in this name, and we got in this one today at $6.10. So we'll see what that wants to do tomorrow on AKS. ARPN, now this is an IPO that has been down quite a few days in a row on this blue apron, and it's just been clobbered. So I'm thinking maybe a possible reversal like around 10:15 or so. So hopefully this gaps down again tomorrow, and then maybe we'll get a reversal in it. I mean, it's down from 11 to about $7. So I'll keep that on watch for a bounce play. ARQL, you see this 300 SMA is in the way. If you can get over $1.40, not a favorite though because the volume's been very light, but if it does break above this 140, it may get volume coming into the name. And if you notice after hours, there's some little blips here, and got some bids up here at $1.57. So I don't know if that's real or not. Keep your eye on this one maybe tomorrow. CLR oil names, and I have a few oil names on the charts, and I'm looking for this. The higher day on this was 31.79, so maybe over 31.85 for tomorrow if oil is going to make a push. And as you notice, we have it up after hours following the USO. So in after hours it's 32.20. So we'll see where they want to set that one up for us tomorrow. CRBP, this one's starting to curl up. So we have a high of 675. Looking for that 675 break, and maybe volume will come in. Over 500,000 shares traded today on CRBP. CRM. Popped on Kramer tonight on his show, so maybe this might have some momentum in the name. Here's the daily here, and here's the after hours on CRM. So popping after hours. We'll see if there's any kind of setup if you like to play those bigger names. CYTX has been churning, pulled back down to the 50 SMA. I'll open this up, and it's been holding the 50 SMA at $1. It popped today, pulled back, so it went up to $1.15, closed at $1.11. 1.2 million shares. If we can get back over that 115, maybe this one can go. DCTH, now this is an under even 25-cent name. Not a favorite, but if this can break out over this 20-cent spot, you might get a pop in DCTH. DRWI, excuse me. This one, being held back by the 100 SMA. If you can get over the 100 SMA, which is at 113, so 115, although we are kind of far away from that. But, over the next couple of days, maybe we can break out over that 100 SMA. We did it back here, but we keep pulling back from it. So, DXTR. Another under $1 name, but the 50 SMA is 32 cents. If we can get over that 35 cents, maybe this DXTR might pop again and go from there. But these under $1 names are getting a lot of volume. Next one up is FTNT, and it's coming up to the 50 SMA here. It's starting to turn back up. If this can get over 39, we have a high here of 39.20, so maybe 39.15 will be enough FTNT. HK, big push up today. See if there's a possible continuation. 28 million shares traded. We'll watch this maybe for an intraday setup. And it closed at 675. After hours, it got up almost near $7. So HK, they sold some of their assets. So that's why that one popped today. Kellogg's, just because it's gotten crushed. This has been what, $74 down to $65, and we're down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 days, not in a row, but with spurts, and maybe it's due for a turnaround. So maybe around a quarter after 10, 10:30, and sometimes even later in the day. Sometimes you get these 11:30 reversals. So you might want to watch this Kellogg's. Like I said, it's down quite a bit. And I don't have it on my list, but Macy's, we talked about it yesterday, and we do have a doji so-so hammer kind of thing going on here at around 21. So maybe this might want to turn around a little bit on Macy's. Been down a lot, so that's another turnaround perhaps. LXU. And you see LXU is messing around. We spoke about it in last night's video, messing around with this $11. So if we can get up over that 11.05 spot, high today was 11.15. So if we get back over maybe 11.05, or you could wait for the 11.15 to be taken out and see if that will move for you. MasterCard, nice chart, rolling back up. Came off the 50 SMA, turning back up. Now this is a big name. But if it can get over, some of these highs in the past here, the high was 124.87. So, 124.90, might be something that you want to look into if you play the bigger names. MNGA, this one had volume today, over 600,000 shares. You see it's been hit hard. Did a reverse split, then still came back down. Over 150, if this can get back over a 150 on MNGA, not a favorite, but you can't ignore this volume expansion here, and maybe it might want to turn back up. So MVIS, big pop today, looking for maybe a pullback intraday, red to green, and then maybe a possible continuation move. 1.2 million shares traded in the name. MYO starting to come off the bottom, and it held this 950 level. We're up at 1175. It can be spready, that's the only thing. It's hard to trade intraday, but if it can break out over $12, this might get going on MYO. OAS, here's the after hours chart. It's up at 795. Something, if this can get over 805, seems to have trouble here with this $8. So if you can get over 805, maybe OAS will get going. OLLI, Ollie, this is one that held the 50 SMA, and as a retail discount store, it's actually holding up pretty good with all this Amazon wreckage. 42.30, and the high was 42.30, excuse me. So if you can get over, 42, let's see what this candle was, 42.50 on OLII, maybe this might get a continuation move. OPXA, some volume came into the name, almost 3 million shares on OPXA. You see it's been meandering and not doing much. It's not a favorite chart. It would have to get back over the 200 SMA. But one to consider, if it does, the 200 SMA is $1.15, so keep an eye on that number. RCII, big volume today, over 6 million shares traded, and popped. So look for this maybe to pull back a little bit, to see if it can hold this $12 area or 1190 spot, and then maybe make a continuation move on RCI. Red Hat, RHT. This one we're looking for that 97.55 to get taken out. It gapped up with earnings, came back, pulled back, and it's been riding the 13 EMA right here. So we'll see if it can take out 97.50, 98.75, and then maybe we get a break of $98 on that name. Sino out of the shippers, this one's holding up pretty well and starting to turn back up. The high today was 305, so maybe 308 will be enough to get SINO going. Volume still light on the name though, but it is holding above the 200 SMA on SINO. Snap SNAP just crushed. You know, this thing was 30 bucks, I guess, at one point, a little under 30 bucks, and it's pulling back now down to 15. So this might be one to watch for a reversal. You know, I can't give you a number because we're in uncharted waters here on SNAP, but you know, maybe around 10:30 if this reverses. So one to keep an eye on for possible bounce. Super stock today was TEUM, and this one went all the way up to $1.75 and pulled back. So this one would have to be on your watch list if you play these smaller ones. Over 17 million shares traded, and a big pop in the name. Was up at one point, I think 150%, and up 134% for the day. So a nice move, TEUM, and so I'll have this one on watch to see if there's anything left in the name. TMST, this is a steel name, and we already mentioned AKS. So TMST, nice candle, over 500,000 shares. It's not a big fast mover, so 1560 is the high. So keep your eye on this one, possible swing trade, and you know, maybe a continuation move on this one. It is back over the 200 SMA. It had been having problems there, but on this candle it did push above it. So TMST. TRCH, just because the oil names have been moving up, it's a very low volume stock, TRCH, but you know, anything can happen. A lot of these smaller oil names are moving, so I'm just throwing this one on the list. Twitter, you know, we gave you the news, and after hours it was trading up near 1870, and it closed at 1864. So a lot of people are watching this $19 break. So maybe 1885 is enough to get Twitter going. URRE, this was on the watch list yesterday. You know, uranium stocks are getting some buying, and this popped today, 1.1 million shares. You know, this would have to set up intraday, but watch, you know, if it can get back over that 160 spot. Just remember, we have the 200 SMA that it hit today, and that is at 164, so you might want to wait for the 164 break on URRE. Visa, you know, because I showed you MasterCard, this one's turning back up. The high on it was 95.63, so watch for that break over 95.63, and maybe we'll get the 96 continuation on Visa. VEEV, starting, you know, we showed this on the other night, the other video, and this is moving up, trying to break out over this resistance line here. The high was 63.37. I would wait for the 63.50, you know, 63.55 to be taken out. 1.3 million shares. It is trending up. It's holding the 50 SMA, and the 200 is turned up. So VEEV looks interesting. Let's see if it can do it. X. This one's been holding above the 50 SMA. They're trying to turn it back up. The low is 21.94. The high is 22.45. We closed at 22.31. So, you know, if we can get over that 22.50, I'd want to get over 22.50 and see if we can get a move on X. Last one is this ZTO. Over 3 million. I'm sorry, yeah, over 3 million shares, almost 4 million shares. Business services. The high on the name today was 1521. So 1521, or you can wait for 1525 on ZTO. So that's it for the watch list for tonight, for July 12th, for Wednesday. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all your support on YouTube. Keep those hitting that subscribe button, like button, retweet my videos. I greatly appreciate that. Get the word out. Thank you so much. This has been Zozo Stockwatch, and have a great day tomorrow. and this is your stocks to watch list. And be careful, Janet Yellen during the day tomorrow, Fed speak, and so just be careful, okay? And be careful of your position size on your trades. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Back at you tomorrow with another watch list. Enjoy.